Welcome to Gurvy Travel's Travel Series. I'm Gurvinder Ravery, owner of Gurvy Travel. So during this pause in the travel industry, I have the pleasure of connecting with some of my travel partners throughout the globe. So today I have the pleasure of chatting with Kim Riddle, a business development manager for Aruba. So welcome, Kim.
Thank you, Gurvinda. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, just trying to make it through all of this. But can you tell us a little bit about yourself and introduce yourself and what you do?
Sure. Yeah, I have the best job in the world. I tell you, I get to promote this beautiful destination, the one happy island of Aruba. I'm the business development manager of Aruba, based out of Houston, and I've been working for this wonderful destination for just shy of 23 years now. So yeah, it's a fantastic position to have.
Wow. I'm looking at the background photos and I'm already ready to just kind of jump in. So thank you so much for sharing and also for being here today. It's so nice to be able to sit with you and learn a little bit more about Aruba, an island that I actually fell in love with on my first visit, which was last September. And my second visit to Aruba, I was actually just there in March, but unfortunately it was cut short because of the pandemic and the concerns, and it started to increase. So for travelers who are not familiar with the island, can you share a little description of Aruba with us?
Yes, you're seeing a little bit of it here, but yeah, it's a small island. We're one of the smaller islands in the Caribbean, so we're actually made for social distancing. That's what's great about the destination. We're all the way in the Southern Caribbean, just 15 miles off the coast of South America. So what's fantastic about that is we have perfect weather any time of the year. We're close enough to the equator to always have warm air and water temperatures. The trade winds keep the temperatures in the mid 80s. Air and water, like I said, nice and warm, and the trade winds always keep that humidity relatively low, the pesky bugs away. So every day weather-wise is a perfect day on island. We're the sunniest destination because, again, very little rainfall, only 16 to 20 inches of rainfall, and we have that constant wind as well. So it's nice and refreshing, little humidity, like I said, and it's just you want to be outdoors doing activities at all times. So it's that destination where you want to go out, do different things throughout the island, not just stay at your hotel, but go out and explore the island, which is safe and easy to do because it's only 19 and a half miles long by 6 miles wide. So it's a 70 square mile destination. So it's one of the, like I said, smaller islands out there, but it's a desert island. So as you're driving around, you start seeing how diverse the topography is. The resorts are on this western shoreline that have those beautiful powdered sugar beaches and the calm water, but the northeastern side, is more of this coral shoreline like you see here with thundering waves crashing up against it. And you really see all the desert terrain inside the island, in the middle of the island with the cactus and the rock formations. And so it's definitely that destination you want to explore and see more of it because that topography is so diverse.
I absolutely agree. It's definitely an island you want to, you want to be able to explore. You want to give yourself that time to do it because there is so much to do. Can you share some of the activities that are available on island?
Oh, definitely. I mean, anything you're wanting to do water-wise, because an island, of course, you have all of that, whether you're into the taking advantage of our winds with the windsurfing and kiteboarding. The women's 17-time women's world windsurfing champion actually lives in Aruba. So you're windsurfing and kiteboarding, ideal conditions. You've got the snorkeling and scuba diving. We've got the second largest wreck in the Caribbean, so you can actually do some great diving and snorkeling. We've got the reefs as well. So your water activities, whether you're wanting to go fishing, deep sea fishing, you can even fish off the shore and catch the mahi-mahi. So all of your water activities, definitely you're able to do. You can even, if you're not the scuba diver, but want to see what that's like, we have the helmet dive, so you can do sea trek, walk on the sea floor, 20 feet below the surface of the water. And that's a great experience for people from ages 8 to 80. So all of your water activities, and then of course your topside attractions. So, going out and exploring, this side of the island, you can do that in a Jeep. With all of the changes going on right now with COVID, we are now going to, as of June 1st, ban the UTVs and ATVs through the Arapac National Park. So that's a change that's happening. They'll be allowed in other parts of the island, but not there. And so most people won't be wanting to use them anyway. But yeah, the Jeeps are not as hurtful to the environment, so the Jeeps will still be allowed. So you can go and explore the other side of the island, of course. Going to the rock formations. We have two different areas for the rock formations. Of course, the natural pool, Blackstone Beach, which is the only area in Aruba where you have black sand, and those soft, smooth black stones like they use in your massages are out there. And that's an area where there's 3 of those natural archways, and they connect in one location. They connect together in one location. So it's breathtaking, just beautiful. So all of your different, the caves or whatever you're looking for, tons of activities, nightlife, culinary tours, they bar hop, dining around in 4 locations with a glass of wine, whatever you're looking for.
It's great
We've
for
got
the
it in
adventures.
Aruba.
I agree. So Gurvy Travel's clients, they range. I've got families, I've got couples, I've got a lot of girls getaways that tend to happen. Is Aruba a destination for them?
Oh, by all means. It is a true wellness destination as well. So, and it's very safe. There's no one on the streets or beaches selling items, asking for handouts. So when it comes to a girl's getaway, whether they're wanting to do the low-key, the wellness type, those spa vacations, you've got that. If they want to ramp it up a little bit, of course, you've got the Rio Antilles where you can go and have the little parties there in the pool. So you have a little mixture of which one you're looking for. You also have, of course, great family activities in Aruba as well. I think you came down with your family, right, Gurvinder?
Right.
So it's a great family destination. Again, families of all ages, whether they're young or older kids, you've got, again, tons of activities to choose from. The waters, like I said, around the resort area, especially there on Palm Beach, there's no wave action at all. So there's no undertows. You don't have, the waves knocking little kids over. So it's so safe in that regards. And so literally that breaks right there at the shoreline. You can see how flat it is. We do stand-up paddleboard yoga in Aruba. That's how flat it is. And so
I've
it's
seen that
for kids in the water.
Right.
So it's definitely ideal for so many different niches, not only romance, because a lot of people think of us for that romantic getaway because of all the feet in the sand dining that we have, and of course our amazing sunsets, and being outside the hurricane belt, people just automatically look at us for the romance, but definitely wellness, huge for wellness. Aloe grows throughout the destination, and we dedicate the month of June to Aloe Wellness Month. And we incorporate it in different activities in our spa treatments and food and beverage, and we really highlight the different wellness throughout the destination. So the nature hikes and everything else you can do, it's fantastic.
Wonderful. And what types of accommodations are available on island?
Oh, you can do any type of accommodations from your small boutique intimate property, which right now a lot of people are looking for something like that. It's like we don't really want to go big, massive resorts, which Aruba doesn't have to begin with. But we have a lot of properties that are 100 rooms or less. We've got 45-room resorts, at Boardwalk. You've got Bukudi at 104 rooms, or right next door to the Manchego, only, 72 units. So, you've got even your all suites properties at like Amsterdam Manor that have 72 rooms. And that's your 1 bedrooms and 2 bedrooms. So great for the families to be in. So there's a lot of the smaller properties. You do have your US hotel chains as well. So for those that like to, even if they're not receiving points, but if they're, getting their upgrades because of points, it's a great opportunity to, use those US hotel chains from the Holiday Inn all the way up to the Ritz-Carlton. We do have your all-inclusives, even a lot of our chains that you wouldn't think about, like the Renaissance offers an all-inclusive, Holiday Inn has an optional all-inclusive. So there's options to do that all-inclusive. Aruba's not a destination where the all-inclusive is needed because we have around 400 restaurants throughout the island. If you count all the little bitty, or I wouldn't say restaurants, eateries. If you're counting like the food trucks and all of that, actually standalone restaurants, it would be about 200, 250 restaurants. So
Yeah.
dining is not one of those situations where you need to worry about there's limited numbers. We have the infrastructure on island, and even on Palm Beach, you can walk to 105 dining outlets. So it's so accessible. But for those who, especially like in a post-COVID world where we're used to doing a little bit more drinking than we might have before, you might want to know that yes, there is an all-inclusive available for you. So there's options. And of course, we have multiple units that have your condo type facilities with a kitchen, separate living room for those larger families that just need a little more space.
Excellent.
Or the family reunion.
Right. That's a great point. So are all of these resorts and accommodations located on one beach?
No, Palm Beach is your active location, and this is where, great again for families because, you do have everything right there at your footsteps, right outside the front door. You have all that shopping and nightlife and 9 casinos, 2 of which are 24 hours a day, which it'll take a while before everything's ramped up and going again. As we open up, we're only expecting about 10% of the business to return immediately. And by December, we're looking at possibly 55%. So it's still going to take a while for everything to build back up. So when I say all the activities, it's still not going to be super busy right away. On Eagle Beach, which is only 5 minutes away by car, that's a $9 cab ride. $3.50 on the public bus, $5 round trip. Everything is more laid back, quiet, tranquil, and serene. Oh, I apologize for pop-ups on that. And this area of Eagle Beach is very spread out. None of the hotels are more than 5 stories tall. So it's a great location to be in for that person who really wants to make sure they are social distanced at, because everything is just very low key in that area. The resorts in that area average at about 160 rooms per property down there. So nice and intimate.
Agreed. And beautiful beach. Absolutely gorgeous. So does Aruba have a date to open borders as of yet? And if so, what health and safety protocols are being put into place to welcome guests?
Yeah, very good question. And that's fluid. It's a very tentative date at this time. We are working towards opening our border, a soft opening about June 15, but looking more towards July 1st. We will definitely be ready when the U.S. is ready, so we're getting everything in order at this time. Our focus has, of course, been on making sure the island is ready, and everything has been in its reopening phases at this time. We're in the second phase of it right now. And so we're doing everything that we can on island, making sure that the locals are used to working things as social distancing and everything else so that we are prepared. Everything should be open on island and operating by June 15. That's why that's the tentative date. And so we're shooting for the June 15 date. We have just launched the Aruba Health and Happiness Code, and this has been put together by the Aruba Tourism Authority and the Department of Health, and it is a stringent cleaning and hygiene certification program that every business that is working in tourism, it's mandatory for them to get this code. So it's just another step that we're doing to ensure the safety for the visitors that are coming down to the destination. So they'll all be prominently displaying their seal that they've gone through this stringent background check and having the health department come out and go through these additional steps on top of their regular health department checks. And it'll be for every different department. So your restaurants, your hotels, your activities are even going to have this. All this information will be on the health department's website, as well as on an app that you will be downloading when you get to the island. So another step that we're taking is when you come to the island, every temperature will be taken at the airport. We will make sure that everybody is filling out their entry cards online. So that again takes away the filling out the paperwork, because we've had the online entry form for a long time. So that's one touch point. You don't have all these papers and who's been dealing, where were they stored at? Is it sanitary? That now is eliminated on the airplanes. And again, the pens, I'm having to borrow a pen, I can't find a pen.
Right.
So that eliminates that problem. And so we're just trying to work all the different procedures all the way through. We're working with the transportation department. We'll have that information from the Department of Transportation as well, what codes, and they too have to go through this health and happiness code on top of what they are working with. So we'll have everything in line from them. The Hotel Association, the Aruba Hotel Association, of course, has set their guidelines for all of their properties, everything from elevators. I mean, Renaissance is adding an elevator man, so you don't have to worry about touching buttons, and it controls how many people are in and out of the elevator at a time. And, each resort from their brand will have their own codes as well, but it's good that all of us are getting the information together, from the plexiglass at the check-in counters and how the bellman will be operating things. So a lot of different steps are going through this, but we're excited to have everything coming online. One thing that I will pass along to you, if people have asked, will you be required to wear a mask?
Mm-hmm.
And in Aruba, we do not require a mask for tourists coming to the destination.
Wow, great to hear. It's comforting to know that the island is putting forth health and safety protocols for our visits, and I'm sure that's what most people are looking for at this time. So during this crisis, I know my clients were very thankful that they used a travel advisor to assist them when this all arose and we had to navigate through some stressful time as they rebooked or postponed their trips. What are your thoughts on guests using a travel advisor for a trip to Aruba?
Oh, anyone who doesn't book through a travel advisor anywhere that they go, whether it's Aruba or somewhere else, I don't know what they're doing. I mean, they're foolish, because a travel advisor they're a professional, number one. Anything that you do in life, it's worth it to go through a professional. Because I mean, when you think about it, just in other terms, it's like if you're going to get a haircut, do you cut your own hair? No, you go to a professional. It's worth doing. So when it comes to travel, the travel professional has done experience. They've gone through trainings, not just to learn how to book, but they constantly are being updated. They go to these destinations. They know beyond just a picture that they see. They have seen it, they've touched it, they've experienced it. They have the contacts at all of these locations. So whether it is, at a hotel, an airline, a railway, activities, cruise lines, they know who these people are. And should anything happen, or should you need a special request, should you want something, they are able to reach out to these people personally. So it's that personal contact that they have where you're going, and you have a personal contact with them. So God forbid, if something should happen, if it's an earthquake, if it's a hurricane, and worse, a bombing or a pandemic, they are there for you to get you home or move you or get you taken care of. If you've booked it yourself online, because yes, it's easy to do, you're in your own hands. If you've booked it with a big box, then you're just one of many and you're sitting on hold. Yes, they have to go ahead and sit on hold as well, but they're the ones sitting on hold for you when they're calling the airline or they're calling the hotel. Let them do the work, because that's what you paid them for. They're the professional, and that's why they are worth their weight in gold. So we love our travel advisors. They are fantastic.
I couldn't say it any better. Thank you. So is there anything else you would like to add?
Stay safe. We are waiting for you in Aruba, and we cannot wait to see you soon.
Well, thank you so much for chatting with me today. I really enjoyed meeting you. I really enjoyed experiencing Aruba, the one happy island through you. Stay well, and hopefully we will see you on island soon.
Thank you, Gurvinder. I really appreciate the time, and we'll see you in Aruba.
Sounds good. Take care.
Thank you.